So I've just picked my son up from school, witnessed a bullying episode, rang the principal, and I want people to know, parents, educators, teachers, this is the effect that bullying has.
I'm going to do with them.
This is what bullying does.
I mean, the issue of bullying, first of all, this is a pretty grim area. For many kids, it's a sad reality, and it was for this kid too.
It was, and I mean, bullying has been around since since one kid decided to pick on another kid many thousands of years ago, and we know about bullying when we all grew up, but it's different now. And I've got 4 kids. My 3 older children grew up before social media, but I've got a 2-year-old, and she will grow up in that world. And as her mother, I need to be very aware of how this all works and the really, catastrophic, fatal effects, sadly, in some cases, of online bullying, cyberbullying, taunting. And it's not teasing. Let's not call it teasing. It's psychological torment. And we need, as parents, to understand that this is an entirely different thing from, I don't like you, you've got stupid trousers in the playground, which is bad enough already, to now being shared instantly to thousands and thousands of people. And it's that screen thing, I think, and that's a really important thing, this hiding behind screens. See, bullies are cowards and bullies are weak. And bullies, it took a little bit of guts, actually, to tease someone to their face, usually in a group of people for extra strength. But these days, they don't need that. They just sit on their phones and write something horrific and share it with all their mates and pile in.
Is this likely to make it better, though, having this sort of global campaign with very famous people and all sorts of other characters pitching in and 14 million people viewing the Hugh Jackman video, an Instagram account with 100,000 people? I mean, on the face of it, that's fantastic to show that the support and the whatever stigma people have attached to dwarfism in this case, which is what this little boy has. There are many cases. You talk to kids who've been famous actors or members of the royal family when they go to school. You think, well, their life must be amazing at school because they're famous. And sometimes you hear it's the very reverse of that. The fact that they're famous gives them a harder time. This kid could now become almost marked out as a result of the support that he's got.
It sits a little uncomfortably, doesn't it? And it kind of sits morally uncomfortably because on the one hand, how can this be bad to support this kid to for all the big guns to come out and give him this incredible support? How could you not think that would be a good thing? But on the flip side, there is, as you say, and there's something slightly, we don't like it when celebrities all kind of pile in and use something. It almost seems to their own gain. I'm not suggesting that it is, but, it doesn't look bad, does it, if you stand up and you do a good, heartfelt thing. So there is an element of discomfort there. But, look, Ian, this has been a horrendous week, hasn't it? And we've all had to sort of deal with a lot of questions about how we behave towards other people, the kindness, the whole be kind thing, which has already almost got so much that there's a backlash against it. But I can't talk against something which is actually in itself a good thing.
No, I get that, and I think we all kind of it has to be a good thing, and I think just the issue of bullying, there's nothing more, of all the things a kid can go through, and as you rightly said at the beginning, Liz, this isn't any longer something that happens in the playground. This carries on after school and into the night via the conduit of social media on computers and smartphones, and for many kids, that they can't get away from this, and as far as I can ascertain, no one's found an answer to that yet.
No, and this is it. You can do everything you like as parents. You can put blocks on and parental controls. You can forbid them from having a social media account. They'll go straight on their friend's phone, or their friends will tell them about it, and they will see it. And if there's any argument here where people say, well, his parents created an Instagram account for him, like you said, that's gone up like 30-something thousand followers in the last day or two.
Sure.
Well, they caught it. No, you can court attention, you can court a profile, you don't court bullying, and that's entirely different. You can have a view on things, you can criticize something. Bullying is an entirely different thing, and it is so psychologically damaging. That's just not a fair argument to say you created this thing, you are now right for bullying. No, you're not.
There seems to still be an awful lack of I think it seems an awful lack of emphasis still, despite all the narratives and all the discussions. Here we are on national radio talking about it. Often it seems that you have the parent of the child who is the bully don't want to acknowledge it. Sometimes the school doesn't want to acknowledge it, partly because they've not actually seen it, sometimes because they don't want that pretty grim Ofsted report that's going to come their way. Curiously, despite the simplicity of what's going on, one kid being horrible to another, it seems very hard to try and stamp it out. And here we are in the 21st century. I'm not sure we're any further to doing that.
No, in a way, I almost feel we've regressed. It's kind of, social media has just opened the door for all the nasties to come out and just have a free go at everyone. It shows both the best and the worst sides of humanity and of humans. But yeah, it is talked about in schools. Actually, there is a lot of education about it. I always think we need to educate the parents better in how to spot the signs, how to keep the channels of communication open.
But there's a lot of education about obesity, and look at the state of us. I mean, that's not really come to much, has it? Given there's more information than there's ever been.
Yeah, and you could argue about mental health. There's more information.
Yeah, all of that.
Health. Yeah, we have more mental health problems than anywhere else. But you can only educate. You can't stop it. So you can only educate. And as parents, to be aware and just watch the signs in your child. You see, a victim of bullying generally doesn't want to speak up. They're terrified because the perpetrator they know that that's just fuel to the fire. That's what they want. They want you to go, oh, you're bullying me. Great, now they've got attention. So they'll keep it to themselves for a long, long time unless you can find a way to communicate and maybe to bring victim and bully together in some way where it's really delicate because it's going to make it even worse. But if you can find a way to say, look, this is what you're doing to me. Your actions make me feel this way. Imagine doing that as a child. That's hard. Most adults can't do that.
Sure.
It is. It's very serious and it needs to be taken as seriously.
Indeed.